let's unbox my plants from Temu. And they're supposed to all be live plants. And I just want to check them out. I actually came all the way back home today because I knew they were coming today. I was gonna stay in Savannah, but I didn't want them to have to stay in the box until I got back. All right, so this is, well, this side up, and these are live plants from Temu. All right, and it says live. Okay. All right, put the box away. And I have my packing label right here. I have Alocasia Black Velvet, Alocasia Tiny Dancer, Alocasia Bambino, and the Alocasia Mirror Face. Okay, the print is small. All right, so let's open these up. All right, so it says this side up. Okay, but I can see the pots here, so I'm gonna open them the way that makes sense. Okay, so number one, let's open this one. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Number one. Look at that. She's so pretty. She's in a 4-inch pot. Oh, wow. Look at this. So these are my first two. Oh, my God. All right, let's keep going. I'm excited. This is our Tiny Dancer. Look at that. We just have one leaf that's a little bit yellow. Very nicely packaged 4-inch pot. Nice and healthy plant. Okay. Oh my gosh. This doesn't make any sense that I can get these plants on Temu. Look at her. And oh my goodness. Look, guys, look how pretty. Look. Such a wonderful addition to my collection. This plant is so healthy. Oh my gosh. So pretty. And look at this leaf. It just has a slight little rip right there from being in the box, but other than that, I am very happy with my purchases. So this plant, let me check to see, because are these leaves just variegated or? So there we have it. These are my plants. Temu. And they arrived very fast and no extra cost for shipping. They came from a local source, so there was no duty fees or anything like that. And like I said, they're all nice and healthy. And I'm just gonna wipe down the leaves and monitor them, but these are gonna look great with my collection. I would say this one probably needs some water, but look at them. So this one is my Alocasia Mirror Face. Let me just give you a close-up on how pretty she is. So pretty. Okay, so I am about to actually prepare my Temu plants for basically acclimation to my home. So far, everything looks pretty good. I did see a couple of, yeah, there's a gnat there. Like I saw a couple of bugs in this one. Go ahead and treat it with some systemics, and I want to water them, and then, you know, just get them ready. First thing I'm gonna do, I have bonide systemics in here. I'm gonna go ahead and just wet my leaves. I don't want to use anything harsh on them just yet. Just add water to them so that if any pests were hitching a ride, they can drown with the water. So first thing first, add my water front and back. And the second thing I want to do is agitate the soil a little bit. Just go ahead and agitate it. And I'm going to add my systemic. Top. All right. Then I'm just going to water this one. This one does need to be watered. It's kind of dry, so I do have one of them that's a little bit wet, but yeah. So I'm just watering the systemic in and watering the plant. And I gotta move on to this one and do the exact same thing. Now with this one, I noticed that this leaf is yellow, and I thought that maybe it was a little bit overwatered, but it's actually bent right here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this leaf right here where it bent. All right, and then I'll take this protective layer out. No gnats in this one. Add my systemic. Still agitated in. I think it's better to do the agitation part beforehand, but hey, it's either way works. Okay. And then I'm just going to water it in. All right. And I do want to make sure I spray these leaves down, front and back, let it drip dry. And this is just water that I'm using at this moment. I am going to go back and dry the leaves off with a microfiber, but for now I just want them to drip a little bit. Right? So that's number 2. All right. And let's put you over there. Now this one is pretty wet already, and the leaves did get pretty much damaged during shipping. They're wet, but I think it's going to be okay. And this is Alocasia Bambino, and I'm going to do the same thing. try to take this out. Okay, there we go. You can see how wet this soil is. Matter of fact, I may just add a layer of new soil on top of this one. I think that'll help. Matter of fact, I will. Now with this one, it's gonna make it even easier because I can just add the systemic here. And then add the fresh layer of soil on top. Okay. And I'm just going to do a very, very light layer of, actually, I'm just going to water it a little bit. Remember, it's already kind of wet. So I just want to kind of activate the systemic. And there we go. So that's third. And fourth, which is my favorite. She's so pretty. Oh my God. So this is my Alocasia Mirror Face. And it's a sinuetta, I want to say. But I am going to put this one over here by itself for now. These are sort of like my little isolation trays that I got from Dollar General years ago. All right. This one is also kind of wet. The leaves have been dripping overnight, but that's okay. All right, so I am going to agitate my soil. Oh yeah, that's really wet, but that's okay. Agitate my soil. And this one I'm also going to add a slight little layer of fresh soil on top of. Systemics. Don't want to go overboard with anything that I do, because anytime you get new plants from a nursery, you know, you have to give it time to acclimate to your environment. You don't know how they've been treated. And I mean, you can tell these plants are really healthy. Look at that. That's okay. So that probably was a leaf. All right. So I'm not going to change anything too drastically. And I'm going to, once again, lightly water this in. Very lightly, just to activate the systemic. And there we have it. So I am also going to just wet the leaves. And like I said, I'm only doing this in case anything was on the leaves. It'll drown whatever it was, which I haven't seen any signs of anything. That one plant had some gnats in it, and that's it so far. That doesn't mean that there isn't anything else going on though, but you know. All right, close up my soil. I try to do that as quickly as possible. Okay, so for each of these plants, I'm also going to add a sticky trap. Which I did get these sticky traps from Amazon. I love that they're black, and they work really well. And I just put them along the edge of the pot into the soil. Okay, this pot must have a ridge there. All right. And no issues. So put that there. And like I said, I do want to dry my leaves back off. I don't want to leave them really wet. This is front and back. This plant is so pretty. And so yeah, that's how I quickly prepare my new plants. I'm going to sit them in an area where they're not so close to the plants that I already have, but they still will be in the same room because it is winter time. And also I don't want them in the garage. Feel like they are okay, but you never know. In a few weeks, I do plan to use beneficial insects on my entire plant collection, upstairs, downstairs, outside, everywhere, because you just never know. So I'm just gonna get some beneficial insects and let them loose. But for now, the bonide systemics, they are doing a great job because the gnat population, after I tried to use the nematodes, the gnat population is almost non-existent. So, and they had gotten kind of bad. Of course, the Zevos still catch quite a few, but yeah. All right, so that's number one. And believe it or not, my table was clean this morning. All right. And I'm gonna wipe down these leaves on number 2. Now, if I happen to see anything, I do have a mixture with neem oil here. But I'm gonna monitor closely for the next few days. And I'm just wiping down with a microfiber cloth. That's it. And I'm also going to start using something on the top layer of my soil that makes it pretty hard for gnats or anything to actually penetrate the soil in the first place. So it's like a light layer of pebbles or something like that. So they don't get a chance to even lay. All right. Try to get a different microfiber cloth in a second. Let's see. Put you here.